the other way in. Cause see, you got the one you said I watched the one with the 5 kids. Well, it was not 5 kids, the 5 family members SUV.
Yeah.
And they had the other one. I sent to you. You saw that one?
Hold on, no.
Cause see, I'm watching the one. I think I sent it to you on the ground. Yeah, cause I'm watching the one you sent, and then right after that, they had. That one. Basically, one was completely naked. Some ass nigga wrong house rape. This ain't gonna happen to Brown Taylor?
Yeah.
Completely wrong house.
What the fuck?
Yeah.
Male officers watching. Now she wants you to see the body camera video, but tonight the city
She was in her house?
to try to keep it
In a fucking house, man.
Here's CBS 2 investigators.
I just got home.
Oh, I thought you had a backwood. I'm about to say, what the fuck? Okay, cool. That's why I'm like, all right, back. You know I wasn't tripping. Let me see if I got my damn black suite. Come on, put this black suite up and just fuck with these.
Oh yeah, I fuck with them bitches too.
Well, look, these motherfuckers. If it ain't these, the optimal sweets, bro, and the 504 goodies, like them my top 3. We gonna get into that.
Yes.
I definitely want you to check that bitch out. Cause like I said, ain't no rush. Cause this little snip, you know what I'm saying? Like this how that bitch gonna be. Like how we don't know right now. Focus on your shit. We get a little record.
And it happened so fast, I didn't have time to put on clothes.
It's like a nice little limp, but literally no police all of a sudden did anything except for one, like 10 minutes in, came in, like actually put some over. Cause they put a jacket over, literally like it was just. And the jacket just fell off her neck. She came up naked.
I think they would have solved that woman.
Man, that shit wild.
Man.
But what they say she was arrested for, like that?
Man, nah, she was in there because the news station, this was Chicago, the news station had ended up saying that the police department paid bread to keep them from really getting to the story. And they ended up putting the story out anyway. They recorded the woman saying, you got the wrong house more than 43 times. She was naked. They had the gun pointed at her even while she was naked, while she talking about you got the wrong person. No one offered to give her a towel or a blanket. The sergeant was just standing there, son, and it took another masked police officer to come and put the clothes on her. And the thing is, the trippy part is they literally didn't read the fucking paper that they had. They went off the word of the mouth of the person calling. So when, after all this turmoil, you see them grab the paper and he just, oh my bad, you know, like didn't even read the shit and like that. Nah, cause see, I don't even know if I want to start off on that one, bro, because I don't want to stay mad all the time.
Yeah, you don't want to start off with no bad, like no serious shit.
Cause I'm trying to be zen, bro. Like not really. I want to be like more of a peaceful person. Peaceful purpose. I don't know what the fuck that is. More of a peaceful person. But then it's like the worst bullshit. I would rather you say, it's like if somebody stole from you and you caught them and they give you a bullshit lie. It's like, I'd rather you say, nigga, I don't fuck with you. Than you to be like, oh man, you know, I thought you said I could borrow the Maserati. Like, but you know how some people really say the worst lie? And I'm like, for me, because imagine me, I think that's like almost a disrespect. Like,
real shit.
I'm not even going to attempt to try hard to lie to you. And the reason stuff bothers me like that with the police, because that's what the police do. Like, how you don't...
Bro, them niggas, it's like they getting worse though, son. They implemented body cameras and all this other shit, but it's like them niggas don't care about that.
It's like, I agree with you, but I don't know if it's worse. It's like more, it's worse, obviously, but are they more incompetent? Have they become more idiotic? Because the stuff now is just stupid. At first, like, okay, that's racist. Now it's like, are y'all retarded?
Like the shit I sent you, like, nigga, how the fuck you...
5 people be mistaken, a family of 5 in an SUV was mistaken for stealing one motorcycle?
A motorbike, man.
So it was a suburban looking whip, bro. So maybe I'm tripping.
Ain't no way.
Hey, bro, there has to be a small motorcycle that fit into the trunk of a suburban.
Bro, I say them niggas was high. So. Ain't no way. Them niggas was fucked up.
Bro, and then the way they just be, it's not funny. But the way they look is just like they don't know what the fuck to do. It's like they were looking like you saw one police officer was the one all the way to the left, I think. He was like squatting down trying to talk, and I'm like, I'm handcuffed on the ground. But the funny thing, the little boy was handcuffed. But I couldn't see because the police officer standing over there. I don't know if the little girl or so was handcuffed. So I'm like, why is the little boy, this 9-year-old boy, gonna go transform and like I see all of us like, why is the little boy handcuffs? And you could tell he's obviously a fucking kid, bro. So it's like, I agree with you that they're getting worse, but it's just like I think the dumber ones are just getting more time to shine. That's kind of what I'm thinking, son. Cause they don't even have good stories. Like they're not trying to hide. They just like, I dropped the gun and it just hit the kid. Like I'm like, bro, you not you, bro. Like that's why I'm like, and I'm trying to find the best word for it. It's beyond a lack of respect, of course, which is just repeating, obviously, when it comes to the police and black people. But it's like, the weirdos from school. Because at first it was the bullies, the assholes, they become the cops because, you know, they want to get their power. Now it's like, these weird ass, awkward, like, they don't even look like they belong as a security guard. I'm like, what are you? And I'm not being mean, I'm not teasing. This is not based off of how they look, how they stand. You know what I'm saying? Like you stand slouched over and you look weird. Then when somebody asks you a question, you look like you in the day, like you high off something, but your eyes not glossed over. So that's why I'm like, are these new police officers that just getting in? Like,
it gotta be something, son. Like, yeah, that's a good question, though. That's a good ass question. Either that or they just not getting the proper training. Like, they might be new, but that tells you a lot of what they learning in the academy.
I don't even think it's proper. I don't even think it's training at all. So I think it's the same kind of training that you get when you go with retail somewhere. Sit down and watch the computer. I'm not gonna see if you're paying attention or falling asleep. There's no real test. The test is 5 questions. That's common sense. All you gotta do is click next a few times and wait for the video. That's what I think the training is. How to handle black people. Next. Next. Those and all next.
Take a little quiz at the end.
You know what I'm saying? Kind of shoot one, don't, and they just fucking go by.
Let me say kind of shoot one.
Like, no, that's what I think they doing because it's like, I don't want to keep repeating it, but it's like the competence level is just really, 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 really low. And honestly, what baffles me the most is, who would you rather get shot by, a sharpshooter or an idiot? I ask people this question all the time because everybody have a different answer. The person that can hit you from 300 yards off, win regardless, whatever, or the asshole that's holding the gun sideways and doing all the extra shit. Who would you rather get shot by?
I ain't gonna lie, I say the sharpshooter.
Most, like I say, a lot of people say that, but I'm like, that's just the crazy question because the police, like the racists who you know, like it's this asshole who just know what the fuck he doing and shouldn't be running around with a gun.
Right.
Who you rather get shot by? Of course the answer is neither one, but like that's your options now. The one who called your boy who knows what he's doing, beating you on purpose. Or the moron who literally goes, oh, there's 4 people here, let me hold a gun the whole time, because that's what we did with the family file. Like, why are you holding the gun the whole time, like ready to shoot them?
Right. And
they're all laying on their belly. You know what I'm saying? So that's beyond, well, nothing's beyond racism, but like that's an example of, I think, a lot of them just aren't that smart. Because even if I didn't like because your skin color, why am I just holding the gun the whole time? That's just a waste of my time. I could be doing literally something more than just standing looking dumb. You know, because he wasn't like he wasn't on the walkie-talkie. He was just
standing there.
Like just looking goofy as a motherfucker.
Like they be ready to shoot. Sure?
He ain't look like he was ready. He looked goofy as a motherfucker. He really just looked like he was, like he just looked lost. And that was just from the side angle. So I'm not cracking jokes. You laughing. I'm like, these motherfuckers be looking stupid. Like, where's the police officers that are in shape? Where's the ones who have some kind of physique on it? Because the funny thing is, where's the physique on police officers? You don't see them.
Bruh, them motherfuckers be fat, lazy, or old. Like,
and I'm like, and I forgot about this because I wanted to put this out there. And I'm working on one of my little kind of philosophies, or not even philosophy, like just like a little book of theory, because I wanted to have like random thoughts, and people are learning about it through the podcast. Me invite people on, just talking about it. You have police officers, firefighters, and EMS. Those are the big three of your social, the people that come to save you in your life today. That's the big three who come to you. You know what I'm saying? Doctors gonna come to you. They come to you when you're in danger. Police, EMS, firefighters show up, right? If you look at the training regimen for the police department, I mean for the police department in anywhere, and you look at the police regimen for firefighters, the police regimen, dude, we got me fucking up early. The training regimen and requirement for firefighters in comparison to police officers, there's a horrible difference. Like, they actually have to be in shape, they have this, and I have a question to people, is like, watch this. We all know there's racist people everywhere, all over the place, because it's just the thing that human beings do. So either you're gonna say there's no firefighter out there at all that's racist, because if that's the case, why don't you see black people being left in burning houses? Why you don't see firefighters taking the opportunity in all this chaos to push a nigga out a 3-story building and kill him? Why don't you see firefighters or EMS stabbing, cutting, and killing people? Why is it just police?
Back of the ambulance or some shit. Yeah.
The perfect place, ooh, my bad, he bled out, or
Yeah.
I didn't see him, even though you walk right past and say, gotcha, Nick. Why don't you hear or see none of that happen? You have not heard a story of this firefighter looked at me and said, ha ha, nigga, and just, he survived the flame. Because there's many stories of people surviving flames, running in buildings. So I'm like, maybe a part of it is being in shape and working out, because that obviously plays into your confidence.
Right.
So what if, just, I mean to fucking bent that bitch, my bad.
No, you good.
But what if being in shape, because I like to say their training is that they both have good, well, they both, all, I'm about to say all three. That's the sad part. I can't even say all three. You know, the EMS and firefighters have really good training because it obviously shows. So what is it with working out and being in shape? You know what I'm saying? That ties, that might be dropping the rate of racism. Not dropping the rate of racism. See, that's y'all don't get this. Fuck these edits. I ain't doing none of this shit. But you feel what I'm going with?
Yeah.
So, okay, so
Yeah.
what's your thoughts on that? Cause I just noticed that. I'm like, damn, that's funny.
That is interesting though that you said that. Like, you don't, and maybe that just goes back, like I said, to their training, like, and like you were saying about their training is just totally different. Like, they not really training police officers. They just put niggas in the field. You know what I'm saying? You go through the academy, whatever that is, and then you just thrown out there. You ain't riding with nobody no more. You know what I'm saying? Or if you is, then he dirty. You see what I'm saying? So he ain't training you shit.
Good old training day. Cause you know what else? Cause outside of the training, man, I'm looking at it like, what about the requirements? Cause it's
anybody can sign up to be a cop.
But no, just anybody can sign to be a police officer. So I'm a police officer, but a firefighter.
Right.
Ooh, I'm back. But so are races typically not? So is racism not worth working out for? If you follow my wordplay, like if I gotta, cause I know somebody told you it might have changed, but I hope it didn't, cause it'd be a dope thing. You gotta climb this rope at the LSU stadium and ring the bell as a qualifier to become a firefighter. Like, you have to be able to climb the entire rope, the entire height of the stadium.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? The whole thing. And I'm like, it'd be more amazing to hear somebody say, I hate black people, or I hate a random group of people so much that I'm gonna get into this amount of shape to climb this rope just to be able to have an opportunity to fuck over. I just find it like, it's like, I spent 15 years to become a heart surgeon just to be stabbing niggas in the chest.
Right.
So it's like, so if you're a racist, does that almost kind of make you a lazy motherfucker at heart? You know what I'm saying? Cause like when you want, cause why aren't you working for the racists? You know what I'm saying? Why aren't you like, let me get shape so that way if I come across a 6-foot nigga I can beat up. No, I'm just gonna take advantage of the small ones. Like that I'm like, so
they preying on the weak, and that's all it is.
And then when you prey on the weak and you're not dying, you prey on the weak and you have a gun, you have a badge and all that stuff. You see? wouldn't that make you kind of a bitch at heart, like a coward? The same people that would lie and cheat and steal just to. So I'm trying to see if that's a correlation. Now, if I'm wrong, now I'm pretty sure there's some swole guy somewhere that's a dick that's a coward. I'm pretty sure there's more than one firefighter that's racist, but why aren't they taking the same advantages
Right.
that they have with police? So what's the difference between?
And they ain't got body cams and all this other shit. Man, look, you might not have to put this out, man. You giving them ideas.
Son, hey, but see the thing is, and I'm gonna give you a gem, but I've been thinking about this for years. I like to see how people react to this. I've been thinking about this for years, and the key is, what, like say my belief, because I'm, like I say, challenge people to actually, tell me something different with, their own insight. But it's like, when you in shape, what does being in shape mean automatically? You have to spend more time at the gym. It takes upkeep, physically, eating the food, boom. So you have more time. You have more shit to do. Then you're gonna be obviously more attractive to other people. The whatever you want to deal.